Hello, morning. Hello, Rivaldo. Are you hearing me?
Yes, miss.
Okay, all right. So it's just you right now. I'm just going to text in the group and remind others about class. So I'm going to give them a couple minutes to join in. All right.
Yes, miss.
All right then.
Hi, Miss.
Hi guys, good afternoon again. I'm just still waiting to see who else will join the class. So 2 more minutes and then I will start. It's just a few of us, but the notification was sent out from before. So we have to keep class. So 2 more minutes and then I'll start.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, guys, good afternoon to you. I'm ready now. So it's just us, and I am going to teach away, and you're going to learn a lot today. So before
Yes.
we go into that now, let me see who is here. Just three persons I have. Tyrese, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
All right, just want to know that you guys can hear me. All right. So how have you guys been? We missed our class, our regular Monday, Tuesday class. I school has reopened, so I had to go in to teach the grade 11s. So that's why I didn't get a chance to schedule our regular classes. But I had to get in at least an hour with you guys this week because you need it. So how have you guys been?
Okay, Miss.
Been okay? What, you wish you were out and coming to school?
No, Miss.
Okay, I feel just the same. All right. It's only a pity persons are not taking the online class seriously, and the turnout is very low, but they don't understand that they will be affected in the end. All right. So remember last week we started database. We did an introduction to database. And as usual, I like to do a little recap before I jump into whatever topic I have planned for you, so I can know whether you understood what took place last week or not, right? So when we were in the class last week, we were talking about database and the importance of database and what database entails. And remember, I would have sent you the PowerPoint, so you probably should have revised or something like that.
It's a
So what do you
collection,
remember about database?
a collection of data.
It's a collection of data.
It's an organized collection of data
All
that
right.
is stored and accessed on an
Like
electronic device.
system,
That you can access from an electronic device. Very good.
computer system.
Right? So you know it has to do with collecting data, organizing data, and of course it must be from an electronic device, right? There are some things you will have to think of when it comes to database. What are some of those things? Or some of those terms that you have to remember?
Data types, Miss.
You have to remember data types. What's the relevance of data types now?
It's the property of each field.
The property of each field, meaning that what type of data the field will contain. So if it will contain first name, last name, the data type would be what?
Miss text.
Text. If it is going to have age, the data type would be what?
Numbers.
Numbers. Miss.
Numbers. If it is going to have your date of birth, what will that be?
Time.
Date and time. If it's going to be money, what data type is that?
Number.
I'm not hearing you.
It's a number, miss.
For money,
No.
starts with C.
What's for that?
You know it, man. Currency, guys. Currency.
Currency.
Yes, that's one of the data types as well. All right, so yes, and then we did a little demonstration as to how you created a table and those things. So of course, you know the video is on YouTube, and I've sent all the links in the WhatsApp group. So just in case at any point in time, you can go back and refresh your memory on what we did previously. All right, so database is a topic that covers a lot. It's a practical topic, as I said to you before. So if while you're at home and you have access to a device or computer, so you can get some practice on your own, creating tables and stuff like that. All right, so the next thing that we need to understand about database is that you can create relationships, right? For example, we all have some level of relationship with people, right? So it's either, for example, you have many friends, or you have one friend, or you have many friends that have many friends. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like you having a relationship with your parents, especially if you live with your mother only and you're the only child. That would only be a one-on-one relationship. If your mother has more than 2 children, that would be a one-to-many relationship, right? And then now another case could be if you live with both parents and both parents have many children or 3 children, it would be what type of relationship you think that could be?
Many to many?
Many to many. So you getting the concept?
Yes, miss.
Tyrese and Ravaldo, any questions?
No, miss.
All right, so that is just the basis of what relationship is about. When it comes to database, you link tables that has related information, right? So it must be that something in any table that you're linking is related in some way, right? So that is what's going to be our focus for today. All right. All right. So are you seeing my screen clear enough? All right, great. All right, so what is relationship in database? A relationship is established between two database tables when one table uses a foreign key that references the primary key of another table. This is the basic concept behind relational database. All right, so you're seeing a word that you probably not familiar with, foreign key. Even though I mentioned that foreign key is one of the keys that you may come across. By the way, what is a primary key? Because we did that last week. Who can remind me what a primary key is in a table?
Miss, it's the key that uniquely defines a record in the table.
All right, so it uniquely defines or identifies a record in a table. For example, give me an example.
Miss, your TRN.
Your TRN. Why? Because everybody has a unique or a different TRN number. So that would be an ideal primary key for a table. Very good. All right, so in some cases now you may require a foreign key. And this is just another key or another field in another table that you would link to the previous table that has the primary key. So you create a relationship between them, right? All right, so how a foreign key works to establish a relationship. A primary key uniquely identifies each record in the table. It is a type of candidate key that is usually the first column in the table and can be automatically generated by the database to ensure that it is unique. A foreign key is another candidate key. However, it is not a primary key, but it is used to link record in another table. So if you look at this image that I have, this first slide, this is a little image demonstrating how you create a relationship, and we will get into it further down in the class. All right, so right here you look, and how you know that something is a primary key, how you identify it again.
They say no.
I'm not hearing you. Go again. Which one of these fields are the primary key? How do you know which one is the primary key? Dave?
Manager.
The manager is the primary key? Look again, guys.
Miss ID.
ID. How do you know that it is the primary key?
You have a small key beside it.
Because it has a small key beside it. Yes, guys. I mentioned it last week. So these are the things you have to look out for. Anywhere you see a small key beside a field name, it means it is a primary key. All right, good. All right, so we have a little example of two tables and showing how primary key and the foreign key works. All right, so for example, consider these two tables that identify which teacher teaches a course. So this is a school system now, and you're talking about courses and which teacher teaches what. All right, so here the courses table's primary key is course ID, which you can see right here. Course ID. Its foreign key is teacher ID. So as you can see, both fields have unique information in them. But because it is not placed at the front, this is not at the front of the table, we consider it the foreign key. But if it is at the front, it is considered the primary key, even though both of them contains unique information, right? So it's just saying that if you use the teacher ID in another table, you can always use it to link it back to this course table that we have here. Any questions? Remember, I always do a demonstration. So I explain first, have a discussion, then I'm going to the little demonstration. Any questions before we move on? I'm moving too fast. You want me to repeat something?
You can repeat that stage, please.
Right here, all right. This is just a simple table that is showing information about courses or subjects, right? So each subject has a course ID, and each course has a teacher ID. So that is what this table is basically showing us. And if we move on to the next slide now, it is showing another table. It is showing a table with the teacher ID and the teacher's name. So in a case where if I want to link both tables, I could link it by using the teacher ID or the course ID. Right? So, yes, you have a question?
No.
All right, I see someone else join. Who is that? Sharona Davis? Davis, can you hear me?
Yes, miss.
Okay. All right, you are very late. I'm not sure how much you caught so far, but just try and keep up with us.
Yes, miss.
We're on database and we're talking about creating relationships between tables in a database. That's what we're focusing on. All right.
Yes, miss.
So as I mentioned earlier on, guys, there are different types of relationship in a database. And remember, we were talking about the one-to-one, the one-to-many, and the many-to-many. If I'm in a classroom setting and you have a teacher and 20 students, what type of relationship would that be?
One-to-many.
That would be a one-to-many. Right? And a one-to-many just clearly means that you have one person relating to multiple persons in front of them. One-to-one, it's a one-on-one relationship. Many-to-many, many persons to many things, or whatever, however you want to phrase it, right? So in this case, where database is concerned, sometimes in a table, you may have a set of data that requires you to establish a certain level of relationship. So we know that, for example, a teacher for a course can teach many students, but many students can only see one teacher at a time. You get where I'm going with this?
Yes, miss.
Yeah. So that is just a basic concept of what relationships are in database. So yeah, and as usual, I will send you these 4 points so you can always go back and revise. So I'm just going to go into the demonstration now. So just give me a second to just change over my screen. All right, you see my screen clearly, guys?
Yes, miss.
All right,
Yes.
so last week we created a table called employee. So I'm using the same database. And remember, we called our database Dashes Booty. I gave it a similar name as the SBA, so you can have an idea of what to do when the time comes. All right, so we're still using the same information, but what I did was to create a new table, and I'm calling that table sales. So currently in my database now, I have 2 tables. So when you open your tables, you can see them here. As many tables as you can open and go across. And you also see them on this side as well. So I have 2 tables, employee and sales. And of course, as usual, you know, I set my data type, my ID number, the short text, January sales, currency, February sales, currency, because we're dealing with money, right? So we have to set the appropriate data type. Very important, right? All right, so last week we did populate the table to some extent with not much information, but just to show you how to populate a table. This table now I have is currently empty because I'm just going to populate it right now as we're here. So remember, the ID number would be the same information we have right here. Let me see if I can do a quick copy and paste if it's possible. All right, so it is possible. So I'm just going to copy and paste the ID number for each person. And 3 other numbers. All right. Copy. All right, so sales for January, let's say, we're just putting in some random figures. And you realize the dollar sign is in front of it, and that's because we set the data type to be currency. So once you're dealing with currency, the dollar sign will be there. All right, so last one. All right, good. So we have 2 tables. Save as you go along, very important. And guys, when you're doing your SB, always ensure that you back up your information. You can back it up to the cloud because anything can happen. Something may go wrong with your device. So always save an extra copy somewhere. So let's close these. All right, so now when we're creating a relationship between tables, there's a specific tab that we go to, and that is called database tools. Are you seeing it right here?
Yes,
Database tools.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
of course, in the relationships ribbon, you will see relationship. And of course, when you hover over any of the icons, it will tell you what it means. So right here, I'm looking, it says, define how the data in tables is related, such as ID fields or name fields in different tables that should match. So basically, you're matching one table with another table. All right, so when you click on relationship, this new window will pop up showing you the tables that you currently have. which is employee and sales. So you can add, so what you need to do, you need to add the tables to this empty background that you're seeing here. So you can do it two ways. You can either double click or you can click on one table, then you click add, click on the second one, then you click add again. When you're through with that, you close. So again, we're here, the two tables. This is how it's going to go. So when you're creating a relationship, all you're going to see is the field names. You're not going to see the detailed information, just the field names. And what indicates to you that there's a primary key in the table again? Who can tell me? Because of the little key that you're seeing beside the field name. So always remember that. All right. So in creating a relationship, there's an easy way to do it, and we will get into the more advanced way at a later stage. But as it is right now, we have two tables and we want to create a relationship between them. What you will do with this table on your left, you would click on the first field name. So you click and you hold the mouse, so that would be your left click. Click hold and you drag it across. And when you reach over to the next field in the other table, you release your mouse. And when you have done that, you will see this new table popping up on your screen. And when you're through with that, you're just going to click create. And then what are you seeing? What's the difference you're seeing now?
You're seeing a line between both
You're
of them.
seeing a line joining both tables. So that means if I'm supposed to, have you ever guys heard of the term query? Or when someone wants to query something, what does that mean?
Miss, like, check it over, miss.
Check it over.
Like, right, miss, or do properly.
All right, when you want to query something, it means that you want to ask about it. You want to get some information about it, right? So database can allow you to do a query where you can pull information from these two tables, seeing that you have created a relationship between them, right? For example, if it is that you want to find out just the last names of the persons who had sales in February, you can just pull that set of information only because you have both tables linked. So it makes searching for information much easier when you have different tables linking together, right? Any questions?
No.
You guys will get a deeper understanding when you actually start that aspect of your SBA. So this is just an eye opener, and you can go and do further research. The textbook, guys, that I sent to you, the soft copy, did you download it on your phones or tablets or desktop?
Yes.
You did? Right. Let me see if I can tell you which page, so you can make a note of which page you can find information on database. Give me a second, guys. All right, so just make a note of it somewhere when you're ready to revise or read over. The topic database from the textbook starts at page 191. And remember, I did send you the soft copy in the group. So it's a full version of the textbook, guys. So please make use of it. It has everything that we have discussed so far and more. All right. So page 191, that's where database starts.
Okay, Miss.
Yes. All right. Any questions before we go in relation to what we did just now?
No, Miss.
No questions. All right. All right. Did anyone make any attempts to complete the fillable form based on our previous discussion for the SBA?
Next, which one is?
The fillable form, remember I was telling you that when I went discuss the SBA, I was telling you to go ahead and start your fillable form. The application form.
Miss, I completed mine, Miss.
Go again.
Miss, I completed mine.
You completed yours?
Yes.
All right, good. I'm going to send the email address in the group so you can send it to me. I can look at it, and if there's any ideas I can give to you to improve on it, I'll let you know. Anyone else?
Not as yet, Miss.
Not as yet.
Miss, me
Why?
not start mine.
Why? I need to know. You just talk to me. Is it that you're having a challenge? What is it?
Miss, me not understand it.
You don't understand it?
No, Miss.
All right. Anyone else? Guys, you need to speak up. I need to know if you're having a challenge or not. That's how I'm going to be able to help you. Tiffany, it was you that responded just now?
Yes, Miss. I say I haven't started as yet, Miss.
Or you haven't started?
No,
Davis, have you started?
No, Miss.
Why?
Miss, me know where to start from because we don't understand it.
You don't understand it? All right. Randine, what about you?
Miss me never did class when that about the
Oh, you weren't at class when we discussed it? All right,
Now
then.
which word that means?
Which work? You were in the class in Rivaldo when I was discussing the SBA, and I was telling you that let's start with the easier part, which is the fillable form. You create it in Microsoft Word. You don't remember that?
No, miss.
Wow, that's not good. But anyway, what I'll try and do, I will try and create a tutorial as close as possible to what is required for the SBA. But of course, you will have to, when you're creating your own fillable form, it has to be completely different from what I would have in my tutorial. So remember, you're gonna have to have your logo and your information on your letterhead and all of those things. So I will try my best to put all of that in the tutorial so you can get creative from there, because we need to get this done. Grade 11 is a very short period of time, and we need to get it done. And this SBA contains a lot of things. All right. Any other challenge before we leave? Anything?
No, miss.
All right. So as usual, I realize that persons have not been watching the classes that I upload on YouTube, even especially the persons who don't attend the class. They don't even try to play catch up and watch the videos. But I hope they know what they're doing. So that is pretty much it. If you have any questions in related to what we did today, you can feel free to ask in the group, or you can rewatch, or you can go in the textbook, page 191, and read up some more. All right, guys, so take care until, and hopefully before the week ends, or over the weekend I will send the tutorial. Depends on how things go. All right. So
Okay.
next week
Yes, ma'am.
we will talk. All right, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care.
Yes.